Passion Pursuit at the beautiful Art School Gallery in downtown Toronto. This is my co-host Shivani Sharma and my name is Premal Brahmbhatt. So Shivani, tell our viewers more about what Passion Pursuit is.
So Passion Pursuits is our new venture that we started, and what we're going to do is every couple of weeks we're going to interview young entrepreneurs, and we're going to talk about their stories and the things that they're passionate about and why they're going after their dreams and how they got there.
That's right.
And the reason that we're doing that is because we're all passionate about starting our own ventures, but the problem is that, you know, passion's one thing, but motivation is another, right? And to keep your motivation always going is a difficult thing. And the way to counter that is to listen to people talk about that, you know, their dreams and their motivations.
Their stories.
Yeah, their stories,
yeah.
Exactly. So yeah, we're going to be telling you different stories from different entrepreneurial perspectives.
That's right. So we're going to be bringing you Passioneers. Now, if you figured it out already, Passioneers is made up of two words. One is passion, because we're bringing in passionate entrepreneurs, and the other word is
pioneers. And pioneers are free thinkers, they're leaders in their communities and their businesses, and what we want is to bring in that vibe, that entrepreneurial spirit about doing something unique and creative and exciting and bold. And the hope is that you guys feel just as inspired as we do whenever we talk to these guys and their passionate, pioneering pursuits. They have lots of peace. So
that's right. So speaking of Passioneers, Shivani, you're a Passioneer, so why don't you tell us more about who you are, what you do?
Right, so I am the CEO of my own advertising agency called Firefly Creative Inc. And we started about 6 months ago. And it's a really exciting time. We've gotten some really good clients like Robbins and Denny's.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and we've got, you know, a couple of financial companies, and we're going after some pretty big clients. And we do social media for them, we do traditional work. So far we're doing almost every end of the spectrum, which is kind of exciting, you know. Normally when you're working in really big agencies, you don't get to have that sort of full spectrum, but we're getting to do it, so it's pretty cool.
So all this in 6 months?
6 months, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So tell us more, you know, you graduated, I guess more than 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
So it's been 3 years.
Oh, 3 years. Okay. So how was your journey from, you know, graduation to starting your own business?
Right. So I graduated from this college called Seneca, and it was the creative advertising program. Very good, very recommended, guys. And what happened was that I met my mentor while I was in the program in New York. His name is Alex. And I worship the ground he walks on. Everybody Google him if you want. He is one of the biggest names in advertising ever. So I met him, and he encouraged me and got me my first internship at Boulder, Colorado at Custom Porter and Bagaski. And once that door opened for me, all the other doors just opened up anyway, right? I came back to Toronto, and I went to cool agencies like Grip Limited, Henderson Bass Cohen. I freelanced at places like Dare Digital, Rocket Excel, and Proximity Video. So after that, after the freelance bit started, I realized, you know, it's not that hard to sell yourself. You just have to have the courage to go out there and convince people that, yeah, you can do it. You can handle their work. And once I realized that, I was like, okay, then why not just start my own agency? If I can sell myself to clients and I can sell myself to agencies, then it's just, you know, it's a very small step from there.
That's interesting. So, but I'm sure there was, you know, this fear, this taking leap, you know, the leap of faith, like you say, that you had to take when, because you're working and now you're starting your own business.
Yeah.
You know, how was that fear? How did you conquer your fears, you know, to get started?
Actually, my biggest fear comes from way back before that, actually. It comes from the fact that I have an eye problem where I can only see from one eye, and the eye that I can see from is really not that good. So I always thought, man, who's going to hire this blind chick? And even if they do hire, will I be able to do it? Will I be able to do the work? And And again, Alex Vygotsky, when I met him, he was like, you know, you always have to go out there and be fearless, you know? Focus on the fact that you are a passionate person and that you're good at your job. And everything else is secondary. And if somebody else focuses on your eyes or the fact that, you know, that they feel like it's a barrier, then they're missing out.
Right.
And I think that was my biggest life lesson, really. And once I realized that that's the fear I can conquer, all of my other fears just weren't that big.
And what has been your biggest ups and your biggest downs, and where are you headed, you know, in like 5 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's a good question. Ups and downs. Really, so far there have been a lot of ups, to be honest. It's been 6 months of really cool and exciting things happening. And the real biggest down and up at the same time is that first step of deciding that you want to be an entrepreneur and you want to start your own agency.
Right. And
for me, I think I hit one point when I was like, I'm not sure that I'm a business person. I'm not sure, because my background is creative. I was always a writer, and that's what I did in advertising, and that was the box that I was always in, you know? And as a creative, I wasn't sure that I could do advertising as a businesswoman, you know? My own agency, going out there. And the day that I decided that I'm going to start my own agency come what may, suddenly I knew how to sell myself as a businesswoman. Right. Suddenly I knew what to do, the business model that I wanted. I knew the kind of money I was going to charge. Suddenly I knew those answers. And it's one of those things, right? It's the courage that you have to begin something that gives you all the tools that you need. And everything else is a learning process. So if you're out there and you're deciding that you want to be an entrepreneur, make that leap. And then everything else will come. So that's a lot about me. What about you, Premal? What do you do and what do you want to do?
Okay, so I work. I work, that's right. I am a wannabe entrepreneur. I work in financial right now. You know, it's interesting because I graduated in health sciences and I worked in public health for about a year, and I've been working in financial for about a year. It's been interesting working in different industries, but you know, the more you work in different industries and the more you realize that you're made to work for your own self, you know, it's always that which drives you, you know, into starting maybe in the future my own company. So I'm a firm believer that I'm made to become an entrepreneur for sure.
What's the drive? You know, what's the pull towards entrepreneurship?
Why entrepreneurship? You know, it's interesting because I was very much involved when I was in university, very much involved into the student life community at U of T, and I was, you know, studying to become a doctor, like most South Asian kids do, in fact. And you know, I realized that the more I got involved, the better I got at, you know, working with people, managing people, and you know, it really gave me more ideas. The more I got involved, the more I realized that I was made to become an entrepreneur. So I know that I want to, you know, make a difference. I love making a difference in people's lives, and I think entrepreneurship is all about making a difference in other people's lives. And I wanted to find those ideas and make the best out of those ideas, right? And all this while having fun.
Now, I have a very tough question for you. Are you ready?
Okay, I like challenges. Go ahead.
Sweet. What is this one barrier between you and your dream of being an entrepreneur?
Oh man, that's a tough one. Yeah, so that's right. I'm working when I'm gonna get started, really, right? I think you know, when you're an international student, the first thing that you really like try to do is survive, you know. And I've been trying to do that. You know, work and learn as much as you can and try to make a little bit of money. And then once you have that, get started, right? So I think my biggest barrier has been financial obligations to me. Yeah, I think that's been the biggest thing I can think of right on the top of my mind.
That's a good enough reason.
Yeah, and I think, you know, a lot of people out there have probably the same reasons, and I'm sure that PassionPursuits is going to bring, you know, provide that spark to get started on something. So, you know, to continue, you know, we've decided that our sessions are going to have a fun, you know, section to it, which we call the rapid fire round. And what I would be going to be doing to all the future passioneers, I had, the rapid fire questions for you, which you're supposed to be answering within 3 seconds of your time, right? So let's get started. Ready?
All right.
So what's your favorite brand?
Nike.
Favorite book?
I've got 2. One of them is Hey Look, We'll Squeeze This. That's ad agency related. And the other one is A Fault in Our Stars by John Green. Don't judge, it's a really cool book, but definitely read the first one if you're into advertising.
Okay. Favorite thing about having an ad agency?
I can do all the kind of work I want to do, and nobody tells me that I can't. So.
Okay, that's being the entrepreneur basically. And what's your least favorite thing about the ad agency?
Sometimes you have to tell people that they can't do something. So I get to be the bad guy in my own office, and that's a bit hard. Especially, I really love the people that I work with, and they're my really good friends. So sometimes it's difficult to be a friend and a boss at the same time.
Okay, and then if you woke up as Alex Boguski, who is your mentor one day, what would you do that day?
I would call Shivani up and say, Shivani, I want to be on your board of advisors. And
good one.
Help Firefly be awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And what would you do if I gave you $1 million now?
If you gave me $1 million, I would invest in them in my agency and get myself a huge office, corner office, and then I would go on a vacation after my agency's all set up.
That's great. So invest in assets basically, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. So I think you did pretty good.
Thank you. Now it's my turn.
Oh, I didn't expect that one.
Yeah. Okay. So, favorite author?
Kiyosaki, Robert Kiyosaki.
Okay. Would you rather make a lot of profit or make people happy?
Make people happy.
All right.
Because profit will come on its own.
Ooh, good call. Okay. Your idol?
Richard Branson. Anytime.
Would you rather be Bill Gates or Donald Trump?
Trump.
All right. Favorite book?
Favorite book? I'm currently reading Robert Kiyosaki's Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I think everybody should be reading that book.
Excellent. And one thing that scares you the most about being an entrepreneur?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Quick.
One thing that scares me.
One, two, three, fail.
That was a hard one. Maybe one thing that scares me. Nothing really scares me, to be honest. I should have said that. Nothing.
All right.
It's fine.
Fine, I'll give it to you.
Okay, that's awesome.
All right, so I think we're almost out of time, guys. This was really fun, our first video, and we hope you enjoyed it. We hope that it helped you be a little bit more passionate and motivated you to go after your own passions. So
hopefully there's some excitement, in there. So that's what we want to bring to you.
Yeah, we're going to continue our series of videos, and we're going to have more entrepreneurs come on board. So if you guys have any questions, or if you want to see certain entrepreneurs, tell us about it, and we'll get to them.
That's right. So you can find us, on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter.
Yep, and our URL is down there, so check us out.
That's right. So keep in touch, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Stay passionate, everybody. We'll see you next time.
Cheers.
Thank you.